I'm Pauline, and today I'm going to be discussing Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson. Now, Steelheart is a really cool story. It has a really cool sci-fi premise. It's about 18-year-old David who lives in this somewhat post-apocalyptic world where superhuman beings called epics have pretty much taken over everything. And an epic is basically a person who has somehow gotten all of these powers, like ridiculously insane, powerful powers, and they control everything, and all of the regular people live in fear of these epics, and basically that's the premise of the story. Now, the most powerful epic, Steelheart, is the one that controls Chicago, and this is where David lives. And David's whole entire life has been consumed with this one idea, to somehow kill Steelheart, because Steelheart killed his father. So eventually throughout the book, David pairs up with these people called the Reckoners, and they're this group of ordinary humans who are basically trying to take out all of the epics and sort of save people. So David teams up with them in the hopes that he can take down Steelheart. Now, I gave this book 4 stars. Overall, I really enjoyed this. This book was really cool. It was really good sci-fi, and I loved the characters. I loved this. I got into it really quickly. The beginning really pulled me in super fast, which is rare for books. It usually takes me a while, and that frustrates me. But this book, it was so fast. I was immediately connected with David and everything that was going on in his life, and that was great. Another thing I really liked was the secondary characters. I feel like the secondary characters were done really well, when a lot of times in books they can be kind of skimmed over, and this wasn't the case in Steelheart. I really liked Megan, especially. She's a secondary character that David kind of has a crush on, and the relationship is really funny. It's not like annoying like some romantic relationships can be. It's really funny and it's really cute, and I really liked her as a character. Another thing I really liked is David's inner dialogue, because the book is told from his point of view. He's very funny, he's very interesting in how he looks at things, and it's just really entertaining reading from his point of view. Also, and I'm not sure how to say this, but I really liked the use of, like, how they described, like, you know, the weapons and the guns that they use. A lot of times in books, it's just kind of skimmed over, like, I pulled out a gun and I shot someone, and I'm like, okay, give me a little bit more information. And they talk about, like, the types of guns and, you know, the caliber and everything. And I really like that because I like guns and I like shooting things. So I don't know, it was really interesting to see that in a book because I never see it anywhere else. So I really liked that. That was entertaining. Another thing I really liked was the end, because there's this big twist at the end, and I wasn't really expecting a twist in this book. So I'm going to talk about that in my spoilery section, so I'm not going to like spoil it for you if you haven't read it right now. So one of the things I didn't like about this book, the biggest thing, and I was almost going to give this book 3 stars for it, was that the middle was so slow, and I don't know why, because the beginning and the end flew by for me. I read like the first bit in like a day or 2, and then I read the last bit in like a day, and then the middle was super slow, and I don't know why. It took me so long to get through the middle part of this book. I was just really bored, and nothing much was going on. It's just kind of the Reckoners and David trying to figure out how they can murder these different epics. And although it is important to the story and it's kind of what they're trying to do, I felt like it could have been done in a little bit more interesting way. I was just bored. And so I almost gave the book 3 stars for that, but I feel like the rest of it was so good, I just had to give it 4. And I'm hoping the next one is going to be good too, because there's another one coming out in the fall sometime, I believe, and it's called Fireflight. Yeah. As for thematic elements, if you are a younger reader, I don't really think there's anything you need to worry about. There's nothing sexual. I don't think there's any language. There might be like a little, I don't know why I can't remember. There must not have been anything super strong or I would have remembered, so I don't think there's any language. And for violence, I mean, it's a little bit violent, but it's not graphic or gory, so I really wouldn't worry about anything like that. So yeah, I definitely recommend this, especially if you like sort of hard sci-fi and kick-ass characters and everything, because I really liked this. And now I'm going to get into the spoilery section, so if you haven't read the book, leave Sorry. So I really don't have much to say in the spoiler section. I just really wanted to talk about the end. I really, really love that Megan turned out to be Fireflight or Firefight? Is it Fireflight? Let me look. Firefight, not flight. Fight. Why did I think that? I loved that Megan turned out to be Firefight. I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. I already really liked Megan because she was such a cool character and she was very strong and independent and funny. And then she turned out to be this awesome epic, and now she's kind of evil, but maybe not. And that is just the coolest thing ever. So I loved that. I'm super excited. And the next book is named after her. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to say in the spoiler section. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you've read this book, because if you have, we should talk about it. Yeah, tell me what you think, if you agree with my writing and my thoughts on it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.